Andrew Darlington with Veritas Risk Management. The questions, I like answering questions because we get a lot of those. One of the questions that has come up is, if I go work in another state, do I need to notify you? And here in a second, I'll give you the answer. Okay, so you're a contractor and you're doing work in Tennessee and you're going over to Virginia to do a job, or you're going to North Carolina to do a job. It's a tricky situation. Your workers' comp company in general is going to say, hey, if you go over to another state to do a job, you need to let us know. But there's a provision under the policy. It's called other states coverage. So it lists the main states that you're in and doing business in, but there's also other states coverage. A good agent is going to put as many of those other states as possible on that policy. So that way, if you do go to the other state, you're good, no worries. The other states coverage gives as broad a coverage as is needed in those states. So if you go over to Virginia, you have other states coverage, then you're going to have those limits. Now, that being said, you do have some issues because Virginia does not accept other states coverage. So you might be okay from a workers' comp standpoint, but not from the state of Virginia standpoint. They want to be named and listed in the box that says states covered. And so if you do go work in Virginia, you can get fined by them unless you add actually the state of Virginia to the actual policy. Okay, so that's not every state, but that is some states. So if you're doing work in Arkansas or doing down Mississippi or North Carolina or Kentucky, you need to make sure that you have what you need to be properly protected. In general, that other states coverage is going to cover you for most of those states. Most of your standard workers' comp companies are going to be able to put those other states in their policy, so you should be fine. Some of the state fund programs might not be able to, and so you might actually have to go buy another policy in another state. The rules for other states are different as well. So if you have 5 or more employees in Tennessee, or you have 4 employees in Tennessee and you're not required to carry workers' comp, and you go to another state, you may be required because the state may have a limit of 3 employees. Or if you're in Virginia and you come to Tennessee and you're in construction and you don't have enough employees in the state of Virginia in order to have workers' comp, Tennessee is one, and that can be you. And so you might be violating the law in that sense. So the other state coverage is great, and it's generally going to give you the coverage that you need, but always check. The easiest thing, call your agent. Hey, I'm going to do work in another state. What I need to do. There's some nuances there, because if you're doing work overnight and you're going and you're sending guys there, or you're opening a new location, or you're doing a 4-month job, that's going to be different than just going over to Jane Smith's house across the state line, doing a job that afternoon and coming back. Those are going to be treated differently, and each state is going to determine if you can file the claim in that state. So you might be working in Virginia and someone gets injured in Virginia, but they can't file the claim in Virginia because of some legal issues. They would have to file the claim in Tennessee. Same thing with Mississippi or Arkansas. Conversely, they might, a good attorney is going to try to file a claim in the most lucrative state for their client and obviously for the attorney. So you need to know where, you need to let your agent know where you're going so they can put the appropriate coverage in place. And then that way you have protection there both from the state and from the workers' comp company. If you do extend over a policy period, so let's say you start work on there on July 1st and your policy renews July 15th, that other state's coverage is gone. If you had an active job in that state at the renewal, you were supposed to have notified the insurance company to put that state on there. And so they exclude that. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm fine, I've got other states coverage, I'm going to Virginia, you need to tell your agent about those things, because a wise agent is going to put those states on there so you don't lose coverage at that renewal as well. If you have questions about other states coverage and extraterritorial coverage, call us. We're happy to answer questions, happy to help. 423-292-4142 is our number. You can text that as well. You can email us, help@veritasrm.com. You can put a message on one of these, whatever form this is on, Twitter, Instagram, who knows what else we got on YouTube. you can do that, or you can go on our website, veritasrm.com, and you can chat with us as well. Until next time, thanks and God bless.